mind's made up. So with Brandy, if she makes a statement, it doesn't matter. People that were believed her before she opened her mouth still believe her. People that are Team Caroline are still Team Caroline. Yeah, I think I would just and ignore it. Yes, actually. I don't think I'd be tweeting anything like this. I would just completely ignore it. I do. I mean, I'd also
I
have
mean,
a
I
whole
think I
team of
think you're
counsel that would be advising me.
I think you're so right. No, I think you're right. I think I've
What's
learned
the
to love them.
point? Like, what's the point?
That's so awful.
People are going to be like, oh, of course, they're going to come. It's, that's the world we live in. Yeah, I would just totally ignore it. Yeah.
I do like
It's
I
top tier self-care. But I understand what you're saying as well. Self-care, guys, come on. Um, where do you want to go? Oh, Jax.
I
Mr.
want to talk
Apparently
Jax.
his pants were down around the ankles and he was like either getting blown or fucking his PR person, Lori K. That's what they're saying. I mean, Brittany has unfollowed Lori. Brittany has unfollowed Jax. Apparently it happened. Jax has come out when it actually happened and they were in Montreal together. First of all, listen, Jax has had Lori K. She has worked with the Toms and Jax and Brittany like forever. This isn't some new publicist that's been assigned to them from the. She has been in the Vander camp with these people forever. Stood by Jax through the firing. Whatever he said, he said. Faith, blah blah. So I mean, this is somebody that's been on their payroll and loyal for a long time. So there's that.
Okay, so what do you make of this? Like, do you think that he is cheating with Lori? Brittany has unfollowed him
And her. She's unfollowed Lori.
and Lori. He was seen also with his wedding ring off. But of
Mm-hmm.
course, they're still doing the podcast together. So, what are your thoughts?
Doing the podcast together. They were in Kentucky a few weeks ago at the convention that I was headed to, but I did not go. My thoughts are just I still don't look. The more that happens, the more I'm starting to believe it. But like with Kyle and Mauricio, when it's like they're separating, I'm like, it's in People magazine. They're separating. Kyle's not faking this for a storyline because Kyle doesn't need a storyline. She's not being fired. I still put my money on like I just don't buy it all. What do you think? Maybe I'm wrong. With such a negative, pessimistic view of the world, I'm taking a positive one on this. I just don't buy it. I don't buy Britney's interviews of like Jax is a dog and I moved out. He. I'm in such a good mood today. Oh yeah, I gotta act a little more upset because apparently we're separating. Meanwhile, bear cheese makes me happy. I don't buy it. I still don't buy it. I'm
And
starting to buy
Meemaw.
it more ish. I don't buy it. What do you think?
Um, it still seems, I felt the same way about Kyle and Mo. Was it real? Is it real? Is it real?
Yes,
And then all of a sudden it
for
was
real.
really real. So maybe it is hard to know. And I know every time we say that about Hollywood, people are always like, you guys are bitter and jaded. And it's real to me, damn it. But Hollywood is like WWE wrestling. It is all,
Yes.
and I mean, I love to watch the entertainment, but a lot of it is staged.
I just feel, I mean, for
Yeah,
Brittany, I mean, again, I watch The Valley and I can see Jax producing it in every scene. I could
yeah,
see Jax just foaming at the mouth. Like, look, he's not trying to be the star of the show, but it's about Janet and Michelle and is Michelle racist? I think Jax just sits there like, oh man, these newbies, yes, they are rising to the occasion, Jax. The whole show can't be you. Shut the fuck up and just watch. Like when a newbie has a moment, I think Jax is like, yes, this is what makes a successful show. It's not Jax and Brittany and Kristen. You all got to show up. So I think Jax is a team player, will do anything for Cruz, is thrilled to be back on TV. And I just don't buy it. I just don't think, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but For everyone who tells me I'm so negative, here is a positive view of the world, right? I
Yeah.
just Jax is I just don't buy it. What do you think?
No, I tend to agree with you at this point. I think given the source, I just think it's, and that whole story, I think you might have said this, but I was just reading about, there was this initial rumor that Lori and Jax were in Canada alone together, which was not true because, like you said, she's been involved in helping with PR with the two Toms forever.
And the
Anyhow,
Toms, well, I think Schwartz was there that weekend.
he was, and Lori was there, but it was like a different time. So
And it's her hometown too, apparently. Just FYI.
yeah, yeah,
Right?
I tend to believe Jax is a genius when it
I
comes.
think Jax is a good guy. Like I hate to break
Yeah.
it to everyone. I think Jax is a good guy.
And I mean, this whole, she has the Airbnb, but she's over at their house all the time. And
Spending some money, I mean, okay, you put in money where spending some of that salary. Um, what do you want to talk about? Bethany's mom passed.
yeah, have you been following that, or have you listened to, you all know how I feel, but I have read some of the stories about Just Be Divorced. Have you listened?
Well, I think there is an appetite out there for Just Be Divorced. Again, I see this as a limited series. I mean, we might have weeks left, months, but I mean, can we just talk like about Jason 24/7? I'm being really serious. It's doing well, and people seem to actually like it. I think more than the other stuff Bethany has tried on her podcast. I think this is what she says. I was laying in bed and Jason left and he was staying at a hotel and I just panicked. I had to pack everything. I just knew I was trapped and I had to I mean, you could picture Bethany in these, and I was laying there and I had a miscarriage and I was so happy and relieved. And I mean, I think it's doing okay. I'm not glued to every word that she's saying. No, but I mean, we asked the same about like Rachel Leviss, no offense, because we love her, but like, where do all these podcasts go? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe the joke's on me. Maybe Rachel could talk about Scandal for 20 years. Bethany could just now talk about Jason. Is there longevity? I mean, I guess you and I talk about the same shit all the time, but lots of things are different because things are happening on the shows and in real life. Yeah.
Look at these shows, Boy Meets World podcasts that are with
Yes.
them,
Yes.
902 Oh My Gosh or whatever. Yeah, I mean, these shows have been off the air decades and there is still an appetite. To your point, this seems to be doing the best for her because Rewatch or Rewives there was not. That wasn't working. So